Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown,
inviting you to check out Geeks Under the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
and a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence anywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch night, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can...
Go the fuck home.
The views and opinions expressed on Beautiful Disasters are those of the panelists and not those of the Geeks Under the Influence Network, their sponsors, or anyone else involved. Also, there is going to be a lot of adult language used on this podcast, so please keep your little kitties away unless you don't care about them that much.
Welcome back to Beautiful Disasters, Schlock Abuse Edition. I am F.U. Hunter, and as always, with me today is
The Grutz.
So, I was inspired with your Schlock Abuse. The season of winter, it's cold, and I wanted to find something that kind of fell into that kind of category of embracing the wintertime season. So,
Right.
I thought, let's go with like a movie that just will make Grutz think about wintertime for a good hour and a half. I don't know how long the movie is. I know it's longer than the last goddamn schlock music gave you. I know that much.
It is
I
a feature. It is
this
feature
time-
length.
I checked the running time. God damn it. But so the feature that I gave to you for your schlock abuse was called
Cold Zone.
Ooh, see, wintertime. You just feel
Cold
it.
Zone.
It sounds like a really great themed movie for you to watch. I'm guessing the special effects were probably amazing. The acting top notch. The plot probably just was flowed so well.
This movie probably couldn't even make the cut of being a sci-fi movie.
Holy shit!
This.
I have no idea. I didn't watch the trailer and say this looks like dog shit. I need to give it a Grutz.
No, this movie was so lazily bad. I honestly, I don't know anybody. I didn't know anybody in the movie.
Really, because the trailer said starring people that I'd never heard of before. And I thought maybe they're just in movies I haven't watched. But it sounds like they're not in anything anybody's ever watched.
I literally didn't recognize anyone. Even the main character, I was like, this guy looks maybe vaguely familiar. Didn't recognize the name.
No.
Didn't even bother to look him up.
No.
Now, I did look up the director.
This is where it gets interesting.
The director is a guy named John McCarthy.
Yep.
And his actual director credits are this movie and 4 episodes of Supernatural.
Yeah.
That's all he's ever done. But he has been the AD, the assistant director or the second AD on a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Like a bunch, like fucking Snakes on a Plane, Elektra, Best in Show. Like he worked with
That's what I'm saying.
all kinds of people.
That's what threw me off, is that I looked up the movie and then just out of curiosity, the director's info on, because this was on Prime, and it popped up and some of his credits, I was like, what? And I was hoping you wrote it down because that's a random ass list of movies. Again, Best in Show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously he is good at being a second unit director or an assistant AD,
right?
Assistant director. He obviously knows his trade. He's just not a guy that can helmet on his own.
No.
Let's just put it that way. And
but you wouldn't expect those kind of credits on this shit movie. Like
Exactly. I mean, I figured there had to be someone.
the snakes on the plane, maybe. Like it's not
cheesy,
a very
but
it's not a very complicated movie. Put Samuel Jackson on a plane, put snakes on a plane, have them say, we need to get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane.
Right.
It writes itself. All right?
Perfect,
Yeah.
fucking cheesy,
But you get in
big budget
Yeah.
schlock movie.
Yeah. But then you get into again Best in Show, which
Yeah.
is what's his name? Who's the director?
That's Christopher Guest.
Yeah. I wouldn't put someone working with Christopher Guest then doing a movie about an attack. Is it the storms attacking people?
Okay, yeah. Let's get into.
All right, because that's my
actual-
confusion. I only watched the trailer and then sent it right off to you.
All right, so normally I will write a whole page of notes.
Mm-hmm.
I only wrote half a page of notes, and there's a reason for that.
Are you telling me this didn't have a very thorough plot?
Oh man, let me tell you about how bad the science is in this movie. It doesn't even pretend to understand how science works.
But things get cold, right?
Yes.
And they freeze.
Yeah. This okay. I'm gonna open with my description of this movie in the fact that this makes Day After Tomorrow the big budget Roland Emmerich movie that came out like 15 years ago, whatever it was.
Yes, it has one of my favorite scenes of any action movie ever in it.
And that movie was a stupid disaster movie that was a big budget movie.
Yeah.
That movie Science is so, and that movie Science was stupid, but it was so much better than this movie. That movie Science is like Nobel laureate science compared to this. This movie Science is so idiotic. Any third grader with a science project will understand how stupid this movie is. Okay?
So you did take this as a movie warning you of global warming and how extreme the weather will go.
Oh,
after
they got
us.
preachy as fuck, but it was so Hallmark movie,
Right.
or Hallmark Channel preachy,
And
it was just so empty and void of any actual reason that you're just like, no.
Does the weather growl or make any kind of menacing sounds? Because one thing I love about, like, if you ever seen like Twister
Yeah.
or movies like that, is you can't just have the threat of a weather system or whatever. It has to growl. So I was curious, did they add any growling or menacing
don't.
monster sounds? Okay, all right. I'm a little disappointed. I figured they would go with that with a movie like this.
They don't. No. So basically, like, the concept is that there's this crazy movie opens with like these this trio of scientists up in Alaska at a weather station that are like, they're just having banter, like, oh, I can't wait to get on my second honeymoon where I'm going to be in like fucking.
Oh no! This is
I'm
already
gonna be in
setting up
Italy
very
or some
tragic.
shit. Yeah. And then, a guy goes out to go, one of our sensors is weird. It's measuring some really weird temperature
Dude.
fluctuations.
No. We're not talking about Day After Tomorrow. Get back on the movie that you were assigned, all right? You're already covering Day After Tomorrow. Get back to what we're supposed to be talking about, the movie.
Oh, yeah. This was lazy in the sense that it just tried to rip off.
Because
the movie
I
that
already
happened.
saw that scene in Day After Tomorrow.
Exactly. So one guy goes out, go check a sensor out in the yard outside of their like little shack, their science shack.
The science shack, yeah.
And he sees in the distance what looks like a really shitty CGI blizzard coming in that just looks like a bunch of out of focus bubbles coming at the screen. Like, it's really shitty.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's that? Oh shit! I better run!" And of course, like, the other guys are at the door, like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And he's running to the door, and then he instantly freezes.
Oh no!
A la that other movie that we already talked about. Like, immediately freezes. So they shut the door.
By the way, so their sensors were what, 10 feet from their
exactly.
science shack? Because it sounds like the store was maybe half a mile away from them.
Yes.
But their sensors only work to a 10-foot proximity to the science shack, right?
Correct.
Okay. No idea what was coming till it was already too late.
And then the movie keeps cutting out between scenes to a still composite digital shot of the outside, like the Earth with a big, looks like a cold storm that looks like it has an eye of a storm, like sort of like a hurricane of like
that
cold.
sounds familiar too. Okay.
But it's a still shot that they reuse like 15 times. It
To
doesn't
remind you.
even move a little bit. It's
Yeah.
just like still.
Just like, meanwhile, if you want to know, this is how fucked up the storm is.
Indeed.
Yeah. Like, aliens could be like, oh, it looks really bad what's happening on Earth right now. Holy shit.
So right before this opening sequence ends, one of the things they're trying to radio a warning for this storm, but the radios aren't working because apparently
Wait.
the storm science means that radio waves don't work in the storm anymore.
Yeah, dude, radio waves can freeze. You didn't know that?
Apparently.
Yeah. You've never walked anywhere and you find little
Little waves on the ground.
half waves laying on the ground frozen? Come on, man. Like, dude, that's science, all right?
Maybe that's how snowflakes are made.
Exactly. Well, somebody lost their cell phone coverage, but it's snowing.
Jesus Christ.
God damn, the
God.
storm seems to be smarter than them. Like, you're not calling for help. I froze the way you would call for help, God damn it.
So they instantly they're all dead. And then we have the
Oh, no.
title sequence, Cold Zone, and then we're introduced to the main characters.
Right. Is there an area this takes place in, or is it just
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we're introduced to the main characters in their car on a road trip. And in this exposition, we find out, okay, it's a mother, father, and their teenage son.
Right.
Teenage son is super mad that he can't stay with his buddies in Florida and hang out with his dudes out on the dunes and shit.
Oh, no, wait, they're from Florida.
They're
so
from Florida.
a very warm weathered
Exactly.
environment. Oh, no.
The father is a scientist. We'll get to that. And the mother is a doctor who likes to go every year to this small town in Alaska and volunteer at the hospital.
Okay. So Florida to Alaska.
Road trip.
Um,
The fuck? That's like 5,000 miles.
Dude, they don't make enough money. He's just a scientist and she's a doctor. There's no way they can fly up there. It's
Three
gotta be,
people.
Yeah, it's got to be a road trip.
It's got to be.
And that's what, a 50, 60 hour.
It's got to be. That's
how
got to be like
many
4
hours?
days in a car.
Come
If-
on, we're road tripping it to Alaska.
If you make good time, you can drive coast to coast.
Yeah.
From East Coast to West Coast in about 3 days if you really make good time.
Wow.
Because that's about 3,000 miles. Now, this is the farthest southeastern point of Florida to the farthest
northern point.
You're basically driving to Russia.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Come on,
fuck?
kids. We're going to Russia.
So, yeah, they're in the car. The kid, he's like 16, 17. He's a total, like,
He's
entitled douchebag.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. Yeah.
Total entitled douchebag.
Well-
They just want to
well,
hang
you-
out with his bros
Now, I
on
haven't
the
seen
beach.
this, but you have to establish the teenager is selfish and a douchebag. So potentially, and I'm just guessing here, you have that moment of realization where he actually appreciates his parents near the end of the movie. That might not happen here, but that's kind of the setup usually is let's make this kid douchey and not give a fuck. And at the end go, I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. Like, yeah.
Well,
but I'm not saying that happens here, but it seems like it could.
I get the notion of, like, having character development.
Yeah.
This really isn't the movie for it.
Okay.
Because it's paper thin.
I'm a little more so you're making me happier. This kid's just a complete douchebag through the entire movie.
Pretty much.
Oh, good.
Like,
I appreciate that.
He
then,
tries. Right? He tries to have an arc.
Right.
But I just really wanted him to die. Any time he was on screen.
So no time did he go, I actually appreciate my parents. And they all, no. Now he's like, fuck you, Mom. Fuck you, Dad. I don't care about this killer
I don't
storm.
want to be here. Why do I got to be here?
Yeah.
Why can't I hang out with the bros?
People getting frozen to death. Wouldn't happen in Florida.
So apparently they get there and they show up at this Airbnb that they stay at every year, run by this, I guess, a couple. However, the couple is over at a B&B convention in New Mexico, so they only have the teenage daughter
Wait.
running the B&B.
Wait. there's a B&B convention. What do they do there?
I don't know, dude.
These soaps work great. They're like, what the fuck? All right.
Who knows, man? Anyway, so it's basically just being run by their teenage daughter, who, of course, makes friends with the only other teenage douchebag that's there.
I mean, it works out perfect.
The father is a scientist that I think he tracks birds and bird movements.
Okay.
So he's going to do something up there. And then the mother actually has something to do because she's going to go be a doctor, a volunteer doctor at this local hospital, because this is such a remote town in Alaska. And it's all these hardworking, salt of the earth motherfucker people there that they're treating it like backwoods Appalachia.
Okay.
In the sense that, like,
wow, city folk, huh?
it's like, well, we don't have enough doctors out here.
Yeah.
Can you get someone to come pull my little boy's teeth in this barn shed or some shit? Like, it's every part of this movie is offensive. Okay. So they're treating like these like hardworking, like rural Alaskan folk, as if they're fucking idiots. And she's there to do the good work, etc. So, all right. Good Lord.
Where's the storm? I want the
I know.
storm.
Let's get to it real quick, because I can't believe I've talked about this long.
I somehow tricked you into actually explaining the characters
God damn
in
it.
this movie that doesn't fucking matter.
All right. First thing, this had to have been shot in summertime,
Right.
wherever they shot it, probably Canada or something. It was overcast the whole time, so it looked like winter, but like they didn't actually have vapor breath, which normally would be a thing.
Yeah.
In Alaska in the winter.
Yeah. But they were like,
So they have these outside scenes that looks like it could be cold, but it's not.
So in the behind the scenes, they're wearing these heavy ass coats and like acting cold as shit as they're sweating their balls off.
All right. So the worst entitled white family ever on vacation. Drove from Miami to Alaska. Stupid. All right. So there is a hit of the storm, and it crushes. Like, apparently the cold kills batteries, like kills them. Just straight up.
It kills sound waves, batteries. Anything, and it's in its path. Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I definitely didn't grow up with, like, storing batteries in the fridge for years.
Yeah.
Which we used to do, but apparently the cold, bad for batteries,
Well, that's extreme cold, and that's
I guess.
motivated cold. Like, it wants to destroy shit, okay?
So, all right. So the father ends up meeting up with this. He gets, like, way out on one of his little, like, bird watching bullshit things.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I think I've gone too far. He can't get a signal on his phone. So he ends up finding, like, this little, like, shack, which ends up having, like, this scientist, the only other character of note in the movie, who is, like, he's like a disillusioned scientist who lost his wife and daughter in Katrina when he had spent his whole previous career trying to warn about the dangers of global warming.
Right.
And then Katrina happened and he lost his wife and daughter. So now he's like just pissed off and like
wait,
mad at the world.
So this storm shows up. This time it's personal. I mean, like,
oh yeah,
weather killed his family.
He doesn't care. Like, he's like, I'm not a scientist anymore. I just want to fucking die out here.
Does he have a drinking problem or?
Probably.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he forgot to shave. So does
the guy who plays him looks like a really low rent, like Dave Bautista. He's like a big dude,
right?
And he just looks like a fucking alcoholic Dave Bautista with no talent.
Yeah, but they established like his clothes look a little worn and like that generic like I've given up on life, but you caught me on the couple days where I really gave up on life, where I don't change clothes or shave. Yeah.
So the basic gist is that, like, I mean, the preachiness is so heavy-handed, and he starts to notice that, like, something is happening with this storm situation, and he and the dad team up. It's like, all right, well, we got to get the word out, because whatever's happening is going to kill everybody out here. And I'm just like, good.
Yeah.
Can this movie be over?
Yeah. Please.
Like, I don't care.
Storm. Like, how do we speed the storm up?
So, meanwhile, the son and the daughter of the B&B people are off bonding, the mother's doing the good work in the hospital, and they figure out, like, they finally get to a point where it's like, all right, so we gotta let everybody know. So they end up like splitting up. The dad gets on a snowmobile and gets to a point where he has like cell phone reception, and like,
Oh, so he's beat the storm then.
he's
Okay.
trying to.
Yeah.
And he tries to warn his wife at the hospital. It's like, okay, get everybody to the hospital because that has generators and stuff. Keep them running. Anybody who doesn't have good insulation, like when this thing hits, and it's hitting in these intervals, it's going to freeze people to death.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like instantly.
Like Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, they're also the out of towners from Florida, which all the locals will point out, like, oh,
some
so when
liberal bullshit.
she's trying to like warn the locals, and they're like, no, there's like a truck driver, there's like EMS guy, and there's like people. It's just like,
We're from Alaska. We know what cold feels like, bitch.
we know cold. We're survivors
Yeah.
out here. What the fuck?
We'll put an extra layer on. That's what you do.
No big deal. We still got to do. We got jobs to do. I got to
Yeah.
drive this truck. I gotta like help.
Y'all
people.
got some agenda going on. I don't know what it is, but I'll put an extra layer on. I can fucking deal with cold.
So yeah. The mom is completely unconvincing. So everybody fucking leaves. Spoiler alert: they all freeze to death and die.
Yeah. What? No way. And you see the guy's yelling right before he freezes, like, I put an extra layer on. And then, like, his fist freezes.
Exactly.
And like, this bullshit. I put a fucking stocking cap on my head.
So, all right. The dad makes it back to the hospital. However, at this point, the son has gone off to go rescue the daughter of the B&B people over where they are because there's no communication.
Was there interaction between the dad and the teenage son about how they need to get to the hospital? He said, no, I need to save her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
It was weak as shit.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I'm just writing this plot down myself as we go along.
The dad
so.
ends up like holding up at one point in a grocery store where everybody's like trying to get the fuck out. He meets like this girl who's like a grocery store manager, and he's like, this thing's about to hit. We actually need to get into the walk-in cooler because that's better insulated. We'll actually survive better in there than
what?
just out there.
No, it's a cooler. There's cold. That wouldn't make any
That's
sense.
colder than inside. Trust me. So like, and then they get a refrigerator truck,
Uh-huh.
which is what he uses to go save the wife, and he goes to get the son and the girl, and they're trying to make it to the airport because obviously the dad, who's a birdwatcher scientist, also knows how to fly a helicopter.
Of course, multitask.
And meanwhile, the disillusioned fucking scientist who lost his wife and kid.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, exactly. He figures out how to get the signal out to the world about this crazy killer storm.
Right.
But he sacrifices himself to do it. Like he gets the signal out, but he gets frozen to death. And I'm just like, good, thank you. Don't need to hear your bullshit anymore. And
like you couldn't call somebody else in another town and just have them like
Exactly.
inform everybody of this.
So
satellites don't exist in this movie, right? I just want to make sure of that.
No. Radio waves don't work during a storm. Like it's a bunch of bullshit.
Does the storm freeze the satellites in space to inform everybody else of this?
I kind of wish that they had done that because that would have been just like the epic height of
you
dumbassery.
get to another scene and they're like somewhere in some town. They're like, wait, I'm getting some weird readings on my satellite. And then like you see the storm like shoot something out in space and freeze the satellite and it cracks into 1,000 pieces. Because again, I mean, to quote Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, is it snowing in space? I'm sorry. I hate to bring up satellites.
That's true. So while they're making their trek to this local airport, they realize that like they can't stop during one of these cold blasts.
Right.
Because if they shut off the engine, they might not be able to get it started again. So the grocery store manager, who's a local, decides to get a bunch of layers on. They put up blankets in the cabin of this refrigerated truck.
Right.
And she's just gonna make a beeline for the airport, and they got to go over this fucked up bridge and all kinds of stuff like that. But she's gonna basically sacrifice herself to save the family.
A lot of sacrificing going on here.
I know, right? And
But she's layering up.
she layered the fuck up.
Like way more than the local people did to survive.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they go through this blast, and when it's over, they get out of the truck, and they made it to the airport.
Okay. Awesome.
But bitch is frozen to death.
Oh,
I'm like, ha ha!
not enough layers. Not enough
Every
layers.
local dies. Every local dies.
Man, I am never going on a road trip with you. You seem to hate the locals in these areas.
Well, I'm never going on a road trip ever from Florida to Alaska because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's planes that
There
can
are
do
airplanes
that,
fly places. So they get into the fucking airport and they get to this helicopter because Dad can fly a helicopter.
Yeah. Multitask.
And there's the four of them. So I guess technically one local survives, the daughter of the B&B people. And they get in the helicopter. They start it up. And, of course, as they're taking off, the next wave is hitting.
Oh,
so
man.
they got to try to make it out just in time as everything's catching up.
They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it.
And apparently that helicopter, they do make it, by the way. Damn it. I really wanted everyone to die, but they do make it. And that helicopter had enough fuel to fly from Alaska
To Florida.
down to San Francisco.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because obviously.
I should not point out, and I guess they just couldn't budget it to get a small plane or a jet. Helicopters usually depend on wind. I'm not trying to make a judgment here, but I would think the one vehicle to escape this
A giant windstorm?
windstorm, just because they're out here, helicopter might not be your best option.
No.
No, not at
No.
all. But whatever.
But again, science.
Yeah, science.
Not a thing here.
We use the winds to help us go faster. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah.
And also, any helicopter that has the fuel to make it from remote northern Alaska to San Francisco, that helicopter is awesome.
There's a deleted scene where the dad goes, I found these extra jugs of fucking gas. I'll fill it up mid-flight. We don't ever land. Mid-flight, I'm going to crawl out, pour into the tank while we're still flying. Yeah, you don't remember? It's a deleted scene, and yeah.
So they have a very clunky sort of like end of the movie exposition where there's like news reports about how the northern hemisphere has frozen on Earth and that to make it down to anywhere near the equator, I'm just like,
Well,
and the movie's over. I'm just like,
but
this is
hold
the
on.
worst thing I've ever seen.
But San Francisco is not near the equator. So
It's not. No. Because when they got down there, they're flying over the Golden Gate Bridge, which is frozen.
Oh.
So they just keep going. Apparently, they just have all the fuel they need.
Well, yeah, deleted scene we don't see. So so you're saying San Francisco's already been hit, but that tells you how far they've flown.
Yes. Yeah, they've made it that far in a helicopter.
I
They're just going to keep on
don't
going
think
until they get
made
to
it.
Costa Rica, baby.
I don't think they made it. I'm calling it here. So they pretty much said our main characters that we've invested all this time in, they're fucking dead, but we're not going to show your death. Just gas, equator, didn't make it, dead. Okay.
If I had $100 to finish this movie, it would have been just taking an image of the helicopter and animating it crashing into the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
just
like
just
a lot
die.
like Indiana
Die.
Jones, where you just have the theme music and you have the red dot, and then it starts getting squiggly a little bit as it gets near the equator, squiggly, and then you just like and then
And it disappears in a map view of the ocean, and,
Yes.
and you just hear the sound effect of bloop.
Yep. Yes. God damn it, we need to figure out a way to make that.
Yes.
All right.
So yes, that was Cold Zone, the dumbest fucking.
I'll be honest. I feel like putting a sweater on right now because just you describing the movie it's brought chills through me.
I think this movie actually helped. It was so stupid that it actually helps the anti-climate change people.
That nobody
Their side.
ever watched this movie. God damn it.
Yeah. Al Gore probably is rolling in his grave right now.
I think Al Gore's still alive, by the way.
No, he's rolling in his grave. No, he is alive. But like,
Or did he? Was
he
also
doesn't
a
know about
victim?
this movie, but this movie he's going to have to do a whole nother documentary to make up for how dumb this movie is.
Damn it. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that was Cold Zone.
Yeah, it was.
All right. So, Beautiful Disasters, there's a few ways to reach out to us or check out our shit. What's if you want to email us, that's
So straight up email beautifuldisasterspodcast@gmail.com. You can check us out on Facebook at Beautiful Disasters Podcast. What's our Instagram? We got that too, right?
Beautiful Disasters. That's
At it.
Yeah, there you
on
go.
Instagram.
There you
Fuck
go.
yeah.
Yeah. We update that pretty frequently too, just like Facebook on the episodes. And then always go to GUIPodcast.com and you'll find us on there and all the amazing podcasts that are on the network.
That's right.
And there's these little links there. And you know what? You're going to go purchase some shit at Amazon before you just type in Amazon and then find. There's a link. We do the work for you. You don't even have to type that shit in, man. You hit that link, takes you right to Amazon. And
That's
then,
right.
We'll throw a few dollars back our way for helping you not have
if
to
you want to
type
get
out
a
Amazon.
physical copy of Cold Zone or
with those deleted scenes that we talked about.
with those, oh man,
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
see those. Yes, you could buy it through Amazon, and we'll get a couple cents kickback.
Yeah.
Which is the best thing this movie could ever have done
Exactly.
for us.
We just helped this shitty ass movie.
If we get a nickel for every one of the copies of this movie you buy, that would be amazing.
And then another link on there, TeePublic, all the GUI merch, including our Beautiful Disasters merch, is all on there. You click on that link, you can
Damn
get
right.
T-shirts, banners, stickers, all kinds of cool fucking merch. Help us out. And again, they're always running sales. Just go on there.
Yeah.
I think the whole month of December was a sale. But they're going to have other ones coming up. I'm pretty sure they'll have a Valentine's Day sale, pre-Valentine's
right
Day. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a 35% off. T-shirts are like $13, $14.
So, but as
Most
always,
of the time.
you have any Schlock Abuse suggestions, contact us. Or anything you want us to cover as the full episodes with anything that's that kind of amazing B movie awesomeness that we haven't covered yet.
Give us suggestions. We love them.
So, well, as always, I'm F.U. Hunter.
I'm the Grutz.
Thanks for listening.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash
On your left.
and we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us.
Or cry.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.